Have you ever wondered what goes on inside a child's mind the moment after they are spanked? Not what parents intend, but what kids actually feel and almost never say out loud. Because the truth kids tell when adults aren't listening is very different. In this video, we're uncovering the hidden long-term damage spanking creates damage. Most parents never realize because the child stays quiet. And if you watch till the end, I'll share powerful, practical alternatives that work better than punishment and actually strengthen your bond. If you're new here, welcome to the channel where we explore real parenting truths, simple, science-backed, and judgment-free. Now, let's be clear, many parents don't spank to hurt their child. They spank because they feel cornered, because nothing else seems to be working, because they're stressed, exhausted, and at their wits' end. Or maybe it's because they were spanked as children themselves and believe they turned out fine. These feelings are real and they deserve respect. Parenting is tough and there's no perfect manual. But here's the part kids almost never say when a child is spanked. The biggest wound isn't on their skin, it's on their trust. They don't think, okay, I understand now. I won't do that again because I've learned a lesson. Instead, their internal monologue is something closer to the person I depend on for everything, my safe place in the world, just hurt me. And I don't understand why. This creates a silent emotional distance. Kids start obeying on the outside while slowly, quietly disconnecting on the inside. What does this look like in the long run? They learn to hide mistakes instead of asking for help to fix them. They start to confuse fear with respect, thinking that making someone afraid of you is how you earn their respect. But they develop a deep sense of shame instead of healthy self-control, believing I am bad instead of I did something bad. And perhaps most sadly, they stop expressing their true feelings, their anger, sadness, or frustration to avoid getting in trouble again. They learn that being authentic is risky. I remember reading a powerful quote from a teenager who was reflecting on his childhood. He said, "I didn't fear the spanking itself. I feared disappointing my parents, and the hitting turned that fear into an anger I did not know how to show." That shift from wanting to please a parent to secretly resenting them is the quiet tragedy of spanking. It erodes the very foundation of the parent-child relationship. Now, to be fair, some parents feel that spanking worked because it created quick obedience, and it often does. The immediate shock and pain can stop a behavior in its tracks. But quick obedience isn't the same as long-term understanding. It's a solution rooted in fear, not growth. The child hasn't learned why their action was wrong. They've only learned that a certain action leads to pain inflicted by their caregiver. This is a crucial distinction. We're not aiming for compliant robots. We're trying to raise emotionally intelligent, compassionate human beings who can make good choices even when we're not around. So, if spanking is off the table, what can you do instead, especially in those heated moments? Here are some healthier, more effective tools that build real emotional intelligence and strengthen your bond. First, and this is the hardest one, take a calm down reset before you react. When you feel your anger rising, say, "I'm too angry to talk about this right now. I'm going to take 5 minutes to calm down, and then we will solve this." This isn't giving in. It's modeling emotional regulation, the very skill you want your child to learn. Second, use the explain and ask method. Instead of just punishing, explain the impact of their action. When you hit your brother, it hurt him and made him sad. How can we help him feel better? And what can we do differently next time? This turns you from an enforcer into a collaborative problem solver. Third, let natural consequences be the teacher whenever it's safe. If they refuse to wear a coat, they will feel cold for the few minutes it takes to walk to the car. That feeling teaches a more powerful lesson than any lecture ever could. The real world becomes the teacher, not you. Fourth, help your child name their emotions. A child who is screaming and throwing toys might not be being bad. They might be overwhelmed with frustration. By saying, "You seem really angry right now." It's okay to be angry, but it's not okay to throw things. You validate their feeling while holding the boundary. And finally, always reconnect afterwards. After a conflict is resolved, a small repair conversation works wonders. A simple, "Hey, we had a tough moment earlier, but we figured it out. I love you no matter what," reinforces that your connection is stronger than any single misbehavior. Now you know the real damage spanking causes often stays hidden and unspoken for years, quietly shaping a child's inner world. It teaches them what to do with power that the bigger person gets to use force on the smaller person. Instead, we can teach them that power is for protection, guidance, and connection. So I'm curious to hear from you. What do you think kids are really trying to tell us when they misbehave? Share your honest thoughts in the comments below. Let's have a real, judgment-free conversation about this. Thank you for watching, and if you found this helpful, please consider subscribing for more insights into raising resilient and happy kids. See you in the next video.